Hey everyone, I'm Nick de la Torre with Awaken Catholic, and welcome to Awaken the Word. Today we're reading from the Gospel according to Luke. Some Sadducees, those who say there is no resurrection, came to him and asked him a question. Teacher, Moses wrote for us that if a man's brother dies, leaving a wife but no children, the man shall marry the widow and raise up children for his brother. Now there were 7 brothers. The first married and died childless. Then the second and the third married her, and so in the same way all 7 died childless. Finally, the woman also died. In the resurrection, therefore, whose wife will the woman be? For the 7 had married her. Jesus said to them, Those who belong to this age marry and are given in marriage, but those who are considered worthy of a place in that age and in the resurrection from the dead neither marry nor are given in marriage. Indeed, they cannot die anymore, because they are like angels and are children of God, being children of the resurrection. And the fact that the dead are raised, Moses himself showed in the story about the bush, where he speaks of the Lord as the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. Now he is a God not of the dead, but of the living, for to him all of them are alive. Then some of the scribes answered, Teacher, you have spoken well, for they no longer dared to ask him another question. This is an awesome story. So there's 2 really big takeaways that I'm going to try to fit into today's Awaken the Word episode. One is very basically the resurrection. We are going to resurrect. It's not just a nice idea. I remember getting into an unexpected argument once by simply implying that our bodies would resurrect. And someone was very offended by this notion. They wanted to think of themselves as angels when they went to heaven. And what we learn from the Lord in stories like today's and in his own resurrection is that we resurrect. Like when Jesus was glorified in his resurrection, that is a foreshadowing. It's a foretaste of what we're all going to have. And so we are going to resurrect one day just as Jesus did. And the second message I want to fit in real quickly here before we end is about marriage. As a sacrament, what marriage is something that points us to the eternal wedding between Christ the bridegroom and the church, the bride. So we all, as a human race, are going to marry Christ in eternity. But once we're in eternity and once the bridegroom has married the bride, that is, Christ has married the church, we will no longer need earthly human marriages to point us to it. We will be there. And so when all of us in heaven are one with God, we will also be one with each other. That is what Christ is getting at in today's passage, is that ultimately he is going to marry us. I have been Nick. This has been Awaken the Word. And before you go, I just need you to know that Jesus loves you. Peace.